So this is my bonus video on the urinary system. So the urinary system is made up of the kidneys, the ureter, and the urinary bladder, and the urethra. So the kidneys function to do like homeostatic functions, so that would be like osmoregulation. They also filter the blood um, by removing waste, and they reabsorb water, glucose, amino acids, and they also produce hormones. So the kidneys structure, so they have an outer cortex and an inner medulla, and so we really focused on the nephrons. So within the nephrons, the cortex has the Bowman's capsule, the proximal and distal tubes, and then the medulla has the loops of Henle and the collecting ducts. And so there's not just like one nephron in the kidney, there's a bunch of them and they all wrap around and point in different directions. So like with the nephron, like it would start with the Bowman's capsule and then it would go into the proximal tube, then the descending limb, and then the loop, and then the ascending limb, the distal tube, and then the collecting duct. So there was a countercurrent system between the ascending limb of the loop of Henle and the descending limb. And so the functions of the nephron, so they function to filtrate, they reabsorb, secrete, and excrete. So the amount that's excreted is equal to the amount that's filtered, subtracting the amount that's reabsorbed, and then adding the amount that's secreted. And filtration in the nephron is due to the capillary pressure, and then the glomerular filtration rate, the GFR, is regulated by tubuloglomerular feedback. And then the tubular reabsorption of the solutes and water is it's a cascade. So if the first step or any of the other steps gets messed up, like the reabsorption isn't going to happen. And so reabsorbing like glucose and amino acids is only done by sodium dependent cotransport. And the filtration of glucose and plasma concentration are proportional, but glucose reabsorption is only proportional to the plasma concentration before the transport maximum is reached. But the renal threshold is the concentration of plasma that the saturation happens at. And so, unless this renal threshold is met, the glucose will not be excreted.